What's up everyone? Welcome back to R&J Barbecue. I'm Eli and today we're going to go ahead and make some maple bourbon pulled pork out there on the offset. So to go along with that, we're going to make some homemade buns, crisp up some nice shallots to add a little bit of crunch, and also we're just going to make a simple cucumber red onion salad just to help cut through the richness of the dish. Alright, so let's get started. Alright, we've got a 6-pound pork shoulder here. This is boneless. I'm hitting it with a simple rub of salt, pepper, smoked paprika, and a little garlic powder. And we're just gonna go ahead and pat that in real good. Alright, time to get this smoker going. I'm using mesquite today, as it's what I have around the house, and I like the flavor that imparts on the meat. So let's go ahead and light up the firebox and we'll get these coals glowing. I'm aiming for a steady 250, and once it's holding temp, we're gonna throw the pork on, fat side up, and just let it roll. We're gonna look around 8 to 10 hours for the cooking process. So go ahead and pour some of that bourbon that you've purchased to make the barbecue sauce and enjoy the process. I'm gonna go ahead and check around the 4-hour mark to start mopping with our maple bourbon glaze that we're gonna make. And now we're gonna make our maple bourbon glaze. In a bowl, we're gonna mix half a cup of bourbon, a quarter cup of pure maple syrup, a couple tablespoons of brown sugar, a splash of apple cider vinegar, and a pinch of cayenne pepper just to give it a little bit more of a kick. We're gonna go ahead and whisk it up, and we'll use a mop on this on the pork later in the cook, and this is gonna help caramelize it into something magical. While the pork's smoking, let's whip up some buns. So in a bowl, we're gonna mix 3 cups of flour, a tablespoon of sugar, tablespoon of salt, and a packet of active dry yeast. We're gonna add a cup of warm water and 2 tablespoons of melted butter. We're gonna knead it for about 10 minutes until it's smooth. Let it rise for an hour, punch it down, shape it into 8 buns, and let them rise again for another 30 minutes. We're going to go ahead and brush with a little egg wash and then bake at 375 for about 15 to 20 minutes until golden. And these are soft, slightly sweet, and perfect for soaking up that pork. For that crunch, I'm going with crispy fried shallots. Slice up a couple shallots real thin, toss them in a little flour, and fry in hot oil till golden and crisp. This takes about 3 to 4 minutes. We're gonna go ahead and drain on a paper towel and sprinkle a little bit of salt. To cut through all that rich pork, we need something bright. And I'm gonna make a quick cucumber to pickled red onion salad. So we'll go ahead and thinly slice our cucumber, half a red onion, then toss them in a mix of about a quarter cup of vinegar, a tablespoon of sugar, a pinch of salt, and some fresh dill. Or you can just use your dried dill. That's fine. And let it sit for about 20 minutes. And you've got a crispy, tangy side that just helps with that fresh. Now that we got all the sides out of the way, let's go ahead and check on our pork. As you see, it's starting to look good, getting a good color. It was probing around 160, so now it's time to take it off and go ahead and put it in a foil boat. Now that we got it nice and covered, we're gonna go ahead and put on our maple bourbon barbecue sauce that we made earlier and give it a nice coat. We're gonna keep doing this periodically throughout the cook. Now that we properly put the sauce over, we're gonna throw this back on the smoker till it hits an internal temp of 203. So let's check this out after 9 hours. The pork's at 203. It's falling apart. We're gonna shred it up with some forks or with your hands as it's super tender and mix with a little extra glaze. Then let's build the sandwich. We're gonna grab a bun, pile on the pork, top it with those crispy shallots, and look at that. We got a sweet, smoky, crunchy, everything you want in one bite. All right, after 8 hours, it's done. We've pulled it and we put it together. So let's go ahead and try the final result. Oh, that hint of bourbon. With the buns that we made, the buns may be ugly, but they do the job. The crispy shallots just give it, a little extra. And then we have our little salad that we made. Just super fresh and vibrant. So that's the recipe. Go ahead and comment down below if you try it. Do you like the maple and bourbon pairing? And what else that you'd like to see me go ahead and put together? All right. Until next time, Eli out.